Hey Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate your time and energy exchange. Today's reading is going to be for a select few of you. So, I got the message that needed to come through that there is a secret passageway to something that you desire. So, I was called specifically to an Enchanted Forest deck. I was also called here on the Gateway of Light activation. So, what this is telling me is that the traditional or conventional way of reaching something that you desire is not going to work in this situation. There is some hidden key or knowledge that you need to access, and it is only going to arrive to those who are in a flow state. So, if that message resonates with you, great, we will jump right in. If not, that's okay. As I said, this came through for a very select group of people. So, let's jump right in. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I think this is going to be a great reading. We're going to see if we can locate that secret passageway and just see what it might be, how we can find it, and who this message is for. So, Spirit, tell me more about this passageway, this activation of light, this gateway. Okay, these two, thank you. All right, so the first one that came out is third eye activation. So, brow chakra, inner vision, and clear seeing. Then we also got memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. All right, let's take a look. See if we can get any more information on this. Anything else, please? Okay, thank you. Akashic Records. So clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom. Okay. So there's many things that came out for me here while these were being portrayed. Interestingly enough, with this card, the memories of Atlantis. Okay. I watched Moana 2. And the end, or, last 3/4 of the movie, actually had me tearing up pretty hard. I'm not going to give anything away if you people haven't seen it yet, but it very much reminded me of this, okay? The lost city of Atlantis. So there might be something, and again, if you do watch that movie, the same kind of message, it's coming to me and it's funny how that works, is in that movie. She's told the same thing. The only way to find it is through, okay? So go watch Moana 2. See if you can see the hidden esoteric knowledge that's embedded in that movie, because I found it very beautiful. There was so much that kind of activates you as you watch it, yet at the same time takes you back to this old knowledge that you have embedded in your DNA. It is such a beautiful thing. And again, we can also relate that to the Akashic Records, right? The Akashic Records is all the records of all your lifetimes in a library somewhere, and you get to go access that knowledge. And sometimes it takes an experience for that to show itself, okay? And if we're not ready, we're not prepared, we're not in that flow state, it will not be shown to you. That is why this felt like it was a very, I'm not going to say individualized message, but maybe not for everybody out there. So let's go deeper, okay? So let's talk about this third eye activation. I have another channel, and it is Visionary Holistic Solutions, and I just completed a series on the chakra system. I went through each chakra and I talked about what foods, what colors, what crystals, what balances them, what makes you out of balance. And I did talk about the third eye. So there is something in us that is activating with our third eyes at this time. It is connected to our pineal gland, and they have actually scientifically proven that there is an optical nerve that is connected to your pineal gland. So, if you are looking to do more research on that, I wish you well in your endeavors. I am going to go ahead and pull open the book for this and see what it has to say about the third eye. Okay. So this is the energy center found in the middle of the forehead between the brows, often represented as an eye. It governs all aspects of our vision, including dreaming, reading between the lines, visualization, and even having psychic insights. This card transports us through a gateway representing our spiritual connections. Seeing with our inner eye is our divine right, and our soul self has never forgotten how to do it. In fact, we are often using this special talent even when we don't realize it. For example, when we imagine something before it happens. So you can anoint the space between your brows with your favorite essential oil or moisturizer, close your eyes, and massage this space. Tell your inner vision it is safe for it to be fully activated. Affirm, I am willing to see. So the gateway encourages you to unlock your psychic abilities and to stop questioning your divine ability to see. Know that great potential and healing will be unleashed when this space is activated. If you have an intuition about something, trust what you're seeing. This is a sacred time for the psychic potential that you have had since childhood. It is awakening from slumber. You've always been a dreamer. Sometimes thinking about how the future will show up or revisiting the past. Now the gifts that have been discouraged in the past are reawakening, and your inner vision is stronger than you imagine. You have an innate ability to see further than human eyes and are able to identify the energies of what is going on around you with your activated third eye. This gateway is here as a confirmation that what you are seeing and experiencing is in divine alignment and that you are being supported as you develop this source-given gift. Wow. All right. So nothing is ironic to me anymore. Now I count these as synchronicities, right? The fact that I just did this on my other channel is really saying a lot to me. So it's pointing out the fact that it is esoteric knowledge. It's knowledge that we have been, I'm not going to say we've been hiding from. Maybe some of us have. Maybe some of us have just not wanting to know or don't care. But the thing is, it's also been hidden from us because I attribute this back to witches and like the Salem witch trial. So many of them, okay, used their intuition, and they used it typically for healing purposes and things like that. They would create tinctures and, salves to heal ourselves. And it was viewed as a threat. And so the fact that these witches were using their intuition and then hung for it really does say a lot about the way that our society has operated. Not only that, but how we're breaking free from it. I'm going to say it that way. So many of us are activating our third eyes and using it and seeing its potential, and not only using it for ourselves, but using it for others. There's so many messages that come through here that maybe I don't resonate with, but I want to share it because somebody else needs to hear this information. But I'm going to tell you 9 times out of 10, I resonate with it too. So I am part of the collective. We are all one. We are all connected as universe. All right. Let's go deeper on this third eye activation. Tell me more about what's happening here in the collective with this third eye activation, please. And I love that in both of the first two cards there is a gateway, a door. Now, the Akashic records can also be accessed through a gateway, but it's done in a different way. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. I'm getting, it's our time now. I just talked about, I just talked about how things used to be and how we're coming out of that and changing, and things are now coming to the forefront of our minds and our third eye. You know, again, maybe things we were shut down about in the past, whether this is past lifetimes or earlier in our childhoods in this life, things are being shown to us. And the wheel is turning. Times are changing. So this is on us to harness this energy, this power that comes out of our intuitive nudges. Are we trusting what's coming up for us when the wheel does say, hey, maybe we should go in this direction? And if you kind of dig your heels in and say, nope, I don't want to do that, then we're going against our own intuition. Your soul already knows the plan. It is our job to go along with it and to take active steps towards that. All right, what else, please? The Two of Pentacles. All right. Let's keep going. A couple things came up for me for that, but I want to get one more. There we go, the Chariot. Yep, okay. So my initial thought, Ace of Wands at the bottom. My initial thought with this card was that some of us are on that fence, right? We don't know if we want to go forward. Some of us want to stay in the comfort of the past. And so when the Chariot came out, that was very much a confirmation of what I was suspecting was the case. Some of us are doing a balancing act right now and trying to figure out, kind of like walking a tightrope. Do I stay in the comfort of where I am, or do I move forward into the unknown, right? So many of us I'm seeing, good for you, are choosing to move forward into that unknown, okay? With the Wheel of Fortune, it's in the upright, which typically means you're putting good out, therefore you're gonna get good back, okay? The ones that might be on the fence might be unsure of what they've put out, and they're like, I don't know if I want to move forward. I don't want to see the whatever I put out come back to me. You know, they might be a little scared. This is your nudge from the universe. They might be putting something in your energy, and this could be showing up in the form of people. This could be showing up in the form of places that you're feeling intuitively nudged to go, jobs to apply for, those kind of things. They are giving you this nudge to go in some direction. So whatever that is, you need to trust that, okay? Spirit's not just here for, I'm hearing like shits and giggles. They actually do want to see you succeed. They want to see this Wheel of Fortune turn to your benefit. So the other thing that just came to me, and this is really odd, I don't know why it did, but you can see the top of the wheel here is Leo. And as it's turning, Aquarius is coming to the top. So we are in the age of Aquarius, okay? Which Aquarius is a very mixed bag of energy. They kind of enjoy anything that's eclectic, you know. No, I'm not going to say off-putting, but, you know, strange. They do tend to dig the esoteric and the kind of hidden knowledge of things, right? They don't like standard and traditional is kind of the best way I can put that. They like things that are different, right? And they are usually that way themselves. So don't take Aquarius at face value, because there's much more deep within them. And I'm seeing that that's what's occurring with us as a collective too. Spirit's trying to nudge you in that direction. Let's break away from what has been quote unquote traditional in our lives. And now let's be more deep diving into the esoteric, the hidden knowledge and that sort of thing. So we are activating our third eyes to get to this place. I love that. I am actually going to go a little deeper on this pile before we move on. Tell me more about this third eye activation, please. All right, we have Ancient Monolith. Stand tall and protect what is precious to you. So, this looks like a gateway in the forest. If any of you are called to go walk in a forest somewhere just to explore, go do it. You're likely going to find something crazy that maybe you didn't know was there. I know as a kid, I always enjoyed doing that. I loved walking in the forest. I never knew what I was going to find, and for whatever reason, I just wasn't scared to go. It felt natural to me, like, oh, hey, maybe I might find something cool and exciting, you know? I wasn't worried about anything terrible that could happen. It just wasn't in my blood. All right, let's move on to this Memories of Atlantis. This is spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. Legend has it that Atlantis was an advanced civilization that existed thousands of years ago in the center of the Atlantic Ocean. Its people were highly evolved and had many spiritual gifts. They were telepathic, extremely psychic, and known for their ability to combine the laws of science and spirituality to develop technology and create heaven on earth. But somewhere along the way, many of them stopped respecting their gifts and spiritual connection. Their disrespect for the earth and ocean caused a great cataclysm that brought their civilization to an end. The Atlanteans, who had continued to live with the spiritual integrity, had an awareness of what was to come and were able to achieve full ascension and move beyond the physical realm to that of light. They are now a congregation of evolved souls who, like angels and masters, work with those upon the planet Earth who are following the ascension path in alignment with devotion and love. So there's a strong energy here that seems familiar. It's a good chance that you are a former Atlantean who didn't honor your spiritual connection then and are being given an opportunity to avoid making the same mistakes now. You can visualize yourself cloaked in a beautiful, deep blue energy and say, Atlantean Council of Light, thank you for supporting the evolution of my soul so that I can surmount the karmic imbalances of my previous incarnations. Wow. This is such a deep reading. It's so much deeper than I thought, because now after comes the Akashic Records, which is the deep clearing. Wow. All right. I just find that to be so beautiful. Let's keep going with some tarot on this pile. Thank you. The Eight of Wands. All right. Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. All right. For whatever reason, I am getting a level of impatience with this process from some of you. Some people out there want to know why it's taking so long to achieve whatever it is they're trying to achieve. Like, why does it take so long for spiritual lessons to occur? Why does it take so long? So here's the thing. That is a lack mentality. That's what it stems from, right? The fear that there's not enough. The fear that I'm going to be left behind or left out in the cold. Okay? There's not enough to go around, so I got to go get mine. We saw before the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is, hey, Spirit wants to see you change your life and do better and, you know, keep moving forward. But if there's this underlying lack mentality, okay, then we cannot proceed as you are meant to, as you are supposed to. And in the process of this activation and this Memories of Atlantis, and then again clearing old stories and karmic energies, kind of loops is what I'm picturing here. If we can't clear what's from our past, per se, past lives, ancestral garbage that was left behind, I'm just calling it that, then we're going to be sitting here in this lack mentality. And those are the ones that are on the fence about moving forward. It's okay. You're not stuck. You're not trapped. You have every day to decide to move forward and to do something different. I love that the Queen of Cups is here because she is a very intuitive, feminine, watery energy. Okay? This is telling me that most of you are going to relate to this Atlantis story that came up. Maybe again, we are part of the fallen ones that didn't respect our gifts the first time around. So they're like, guess what? We're going to try this again. We're going to reactivate your gifts. Let's see what you do with this. See what you do with it this time. Are you going to trust your intuition? Are you going to go take advantage of all these offers that are all around you? And are you going to have the patience to go through this process, knowing that at the end you will have more than enough and you'll never be without? All right, let's get a card for this pile, please. Tell me more about this. Thank you. We have Thistle. Embrace your unique gifts and talents. So for many of us, it's not just about our third eye activating. It's about honestly looking at the things that bring you passion. Those are your gifts. Those are the things that are supposed to activate your passion in life and to bring you towards helping humanity and being in your purpose, right? Service is always the forefront of your purpose. How can I use my talents and gifts and be of service to anybody else? So, if you like painting, how can my paintings help humanity? If you like to make music, how can my music help humanity? If you like to sing, how can my voice help humanity? Whatever it is that is your gift, it's going to be unique and individual to every single one of you. No two people have the exact same talents. You may share one thing with someone else, but you're not going to create the thing the exact same way. And actually, I'm getting that there's going to be a lot of collaboration that's going to occur with this gift. So you're going to get together with other like-minded individuals and potentially create something beautiful that is going to change humanity. All right, let's get into the last pile here. So this is the Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. So we can visit the Akashic Records in dreams, visions, and meditations. We are transported or guided to connect. We are being given the opportunity to take an inventory of our life and all the events that have taken place in it, and to gain information on lifetimes past. Ask your angels and guides to direct you to the energy of the Akashic Records. If you're feeling stuck or unsure, ask the records to reveal to you any essential soul lessons or information so that you can fulfill your purpose during this lifetime. The universe is releasing you from past experiences. These can be soul-based memories, fears from previous lifetimes, or older aspects of this current lifetime that you have moved on from. Know that this is the time to reclaim your freedom and rewrite your story. You can do this by following through on your dreams. Gone are the days of fear-based indecision. This is the time to rise up and claim your truth. If you are sitting on a dream or are feeling called to move in a particular direction, it's because you have unearthed an important soul lesson, and it is essential for you to follow that call to clear unwanted energies of your past. As you do so, don't allow yourself to be pulled into unexpected and thinking about the worst possible outcome. Know that this is not your truth, but old energy being released from your body. Call in angels to shine their light on any repressed fears or stories that no longer serve you. It's time to fly high in freedom. I love that. So again, we're looking at our past lessons, life experiences, whatever, and we're saying, you know what, I lived that, I did that. Here I'm going to just take the lessons and move forward with it, and that's all I need. I don't need to drag these kind of burdens or the karmic loops with me over and over and over again. They're not serving me. So it is time, okay, if any of you were wondering when's the time, now is the time to let go of the past versions of you that you don't resonate with anymore. I don't know how many of you have gone through some major transformation lately, even within the last couple years. You're part of this group and this is your reading. Because you might still be hanging on to older versions of yourself, and maybe it's coping mechanisms, okay? There can be various things about you that you need to let go of at this time. So before we jump into the tarot in this pile, I just want to show you the bottom of the deck here. It says the central sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. This is the underlying energy. This is what comes after letting go of the things that you don't need anymore. I love the scarab beetle. It's beautiful. But again, this image is so powerful to me. Again, solar plexus energy. Do you have the courage to keep moving forward, knowing that this is like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? All right, let's get into the tarot on that pile, and we'll see what else we can get into here. Tell me more about this Akashic Records and the releasing that's occurring, the old stories, the traumas, whatever it is that we're releasing. The Queen of Swords. She got that cutoff game. Her cutoff game is strong. I love it. What else? Okay. We also got the Hermit and the Knight of Wands. Okay. Look at that. Bottom of the deck again. Six of Wands. Victory. Success. It's here. It's in this reading. The energy of success is with you. Okay? You are supported. There's almost nothing you can do wrong here besides give up. You keep going. It doesn't matter how small the step is or in what direction. You're supported. You're on the winning team. All right, so let's talk about the Hermit, the Queen of Wands. Sorry, the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands. All right. So what I'm attributing this Hermit card with is, again, that inner journey. We cannot access the Akashic Records unless we are dreaming. We're in a meditative state. There's not many ways to access this in our waking, living life. So what it's telling me is that if we are too much here in the 3D, in our human bodies, then we're not going to be able to access the Akashic Records. And it's giving me back to this Two of Pentacles of those of us who are on that fence. If you're too afraid to leave the comfort of what you have, even though knowing that you're going to be successful in what you do, sometimes that fear of the unknown is strong within people and it's hard to get over that. So what's going to happen here is you can either do the inner work, go passionately towards that which you desire. And again, it's going to require you to cut off people that don't serve your highest good. And this includes things that you do. This includes addictions, alcohol, drugs. This includes toxic people. This includes jobs that you hate. There's so many things that people just put up with on a daily basis because they've been led to believe that they really have to in order to succeed. You know, what's your definition of success? Are you striving towards the right things in your life? Do the things you're striving for make you happy and fulfill your soul? Because if the answer is no to any of that, then what are you doing, man? And I'm sorry I said man, but that's like what came out. So There is so much of an inner journey going on with a lot of us. Okay? Many of us are not thrilled, is the word that I'm getting now, by these kind of short bursts of happiness. It's like we have to go in deep and find deeper meaning to the things that are coming up for us and ask us, why are we continuing to do the things we're doing? If what I'm doing is not soul satisfying and deep and gratifying, why am I doing it? All right, let's keep going. Tell me more about the Akashic Records. Yes, I'm hearing too for this Queen of Swords and this Knight of Wands. Like you're cutting off a lot of the stuff that just doesn't do it for you anymore. Maybe I used to find passion or excitement in whatever the things I found it in before, but it was very short-lived, and I felt like I was then having to go to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. There was no longevity to anything. So that's where this hermit comes in. The hermit goes on that inner journey, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. And again, I did hear impatience over here. So with the hermit has no concept of time. He's following the star that's in his lantern, and he's going to keep going until he reaches whatever he needs to reach. And if we're being honest here, do we ever reach what we want to reach? Because it's a journey, not a destination. And there's so many gems along the way that we're supposed to see and find and do and experience. And it's not a place we go. It's the journey itself. All right. We have Owl. Trust your inner wisdom and intuition. Yep. So again, your soul is calling you on a journey. Your soul is calling you to cut things off that don't serve you anymore. These things that are like short bursts of satisfaction are not truly gratifying. And we're learning that as we go. Now it feels like our third eye is open and we see what we see. And maybe we didn't see it before, but it is certainly there now, and we can't ignore it anymore. That's the message that's coming out for me. All right. I'm going to go to this deck. I think this is such a beautiful deck. I want to see what else we have here. All right. We have the Whale, Wisdom. So Wisdom came out twice now. Some of you might be called to go to the ocean. Like, whales have such deep strength and wisdom. If you really have ever looked into a whale's eye, it's like they're tapping into your soul, you know? It's such a beautiful thing, and it's also taking me to interconnectedness. You know, the ocean is vast. You are not but one drop of water, but you are the entire ocean. And that's where so many of us feel that we're like individuals, and we're actually not. We are the whole ocean. We have the Weasel, Stealth, okay? So there might be something as you go through this that's calling you to be stealthy. What does it mean to be stealthy? It means to make sure you stay on your feet and have balance, okay? Even if you trip and fall, get back up, keep going. That's the message that's coming through for me on that. I also love that this whale is in the sky. There is a person riding on the whale with balloons in the sky, kind of floating on magic. I love that. It's not just about the water in the ocean. Again, you are not just one molecule of oxygen. You're the whole sky. All right, we also got the Shark, which is drive. Yes. We can't go anywhere without the drive to go. That's this Eight of Wands too. While this may be incoming energy, this is also your outgoing energy. Where are you throwing your wands? Are you aiming towards the things that you want to go towards? If you're not, I'm getting that, what are you doing with your life, man? It's taken me back to like the 70s, like peace, love, harmony. Like, come on, man. All right. We have the Beluga, communication. Okay. A lot of water energy here. Okay. So we may be being called right now to try to go back to this memories of the Atlantis, and to tap into our intuitions again. Okay? Our third eyes are opening, but we have to make that conscious choice to do something about it. If we don't, then what are we doing with our life, man? All right, I'm going to keep going here. What are you doing with your life, man? All right, there's a few that came out. We'll close with these. I don't know why that message keeps coming out. Someone's guides want you to hear that, you know? Like a close friend would say, like, hey, man, I'm seeing that you're going down the wrong path, and what are you doing with your life, man? All right. We have the butterfly evolution. I love this. So many of us are going through and acknowledging that we have been the caterpillar. We have gone into the cocoon and are now evolving into the butterfly. Okay? It takes patience for this. It takes time. And if you really think about it, time does not exist. Time is a construct that was added to kind of make us feel that we're stuck. So the fact that any of us could be impatient through this is our human self being impatient, right? Because our soul is like, you know, on the grand scale, the grand scheme of things, time is endless. There is no time. Everything is the here and now. All right, we also have the hen, nurturing. I love that. Queen of Cups is very nurturing. So some of us might be tapping into that energy as we move forward. And again, it's calling me to water. All right. So if water is near you, or you're called to go visit some place that has water, a lake, an ocean, go there. It is an intuitive nudge for you to go check that out, and maybe to do a cleanse, like a whole body cleanse. Just jump in, do the plunge, you know. We also have the cat, independence. So cats are very intuitive creatures. They're also the only animals that can cross in and out of the 3D, the 5D, however many dimensions. Okay? While you're meditating, they can come in with you. There's no other animal that can do that. So they also are very independent creatures. Some of you may be called to do something alone. And alone doesn't mean you're totally isolated and there's no people around you. But it does mean that, again, with the Queen of Swords underneath here, that we may have to let something go out of our life and do this little part of the journey here with the Hermit by ourselves. We have the owl, wisdom. Okay, that came up twice. 2 owls. So with the owl, owls are very wise, intuitive creatures. You know, they only hunt at night, but they can see their prey and swoop down on it with a quickness, you know? And that's what I'm getting with the stealth as well, you know? The little mice that are down there crawling in the forest never see it coming, and then all of a sudden they're dinner. So there's something that you're looking at this time from a higher vantage point and trying to figure out, maybe if you are the pawn down there or the mouse, how can I take these steps from a higher vantage point? Okay. And then the last one, we have the rat, which is survival. I love that because it's telling me that we have already survived so much. Okay. So if you want to journal about this topic, I want you to go back and think of a time in your life, and maybe even very recently for a lot of you, that you survived something that was very difficult. All right, how did you get through it? What kind of mindset did you have to put yourself in to get through this time? And then what happened after it was finished? How did you feel beyond that point? So in journaling, you're looking at, okay, this was the past version of myself. Maybe I was scared to death to do something, but I did it. And now you're grateful for yourself that you did do it. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so that is your reading for the day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate your time and energy exchange. Make sure you're filling your own cup up with love before you fill someone else's. Go within, again, on that inner journey with the hermit, or go without. You don't want to go without, so go within so you don't go without. All right, keep in mind that I'm a beacon of light here to help guide you through the darkness. I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and love. Thank you again so much for joining me. Take care, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.